Right, well I've got the new Kevin Reimer wheels. These are the 72mm, yeah, Kevin Reimer Pro model wheels. The yellow ones, these are 77A. They have the blue eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna try them, see how different they are. I've heard that they're supposed to be slipperier than the purple ones, but then other people have said they're supposed to be grippier like the new Snakes. We'll find out today. Gonna break them in. I also bought Red's bearings because PAL makes their cores specifically to fit exactly Red's, which means Zealous don't always fit quite nicely in these, which I found in my experience. They can click a little bit or not quite seat right. So I've got new bearings as well, which is cool. But yeah, I'm gonna put them on and skate. Shiny. So these are actually square lip and pretty big. Kind of like looking like a race wheel, which is a little bit deceiving because they're really not race wheels. They're actually quite slippery. We'll see how slippery these ones are today. But the purple ones and the green ones are very slidey. The greens being the grippiest. They're freeride wheels. They don't come stone ground. They come with that fresh skin, so they're grippy when fresh. But once broken in, they're very slidey. Personally, I normally prefer thinner, grippier wheels for skating. So the green ones are the ones that I really ride a lot. I'm thinking these might be too slippery for me, but it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, that's just a bit of a side note of like, they look like race wheels, but they're actually really slidey. That's very slidey. Okay, let's try not the high side. Alright, well, they slide right away, still with the skin. Well, they broke in pretty easily, like 6 or 7 slides, and now they're like nice, smooth, slidey. Like the square lip and having the skin definitely has some grip the first few slides, but they're already broken in on 6 or 7 big heel sides. Flipped them halfway through, so I got both, like all 4 wheels. Yeah, I'm gonna take them off for now. It's getting late. We're just trying to hang out on a Friday night, but yeah, I'll get back on them soon and get into the meat of the wheel and really get in depth about how they actually feel and how they compare to the other PAL wheels. All right, well, I've skated those yellow Kibos twice now. Once just to break them in real quick, and then I had another short little session. But we're back at the same hill we started on, new day, and I'm gonna have like a proper session on them, skate them a bunch, and then we'll sit down at the end of the day and go over what the wheels are like. But yeah, time to do some skateboarding. Yellow Kevos are slippery. All right, we took 4 or 5 runs at that spot. Just filmed that one raw run, which was cool. Yeah, heading over to the neighboring spot, I guess, the road right next to this one, and It's a bit faster, a bit steeper, different kind of pavement. We'll do some big slides and get a couple of clips there as well. And then, yeah. So far they're like very slidey, quite different to the greens. It's hard for me to compare them to the purples because I haven't skated the purples as much. But yeah, pretty slidey. Like, these aren't like a square lip race wheel. They're like a free ridey, slidey boy wheel. But yeah, back to some more skating. You think a rock did that? That's kind of wild. It's a spiky rock. It's like chunking, but like across the wheel. Okay, well, we're back home after skating and riding the wheels for a bit. I don't think I mentioned it at the start, so I just wanted to give the breakdown of these wheels and the little story behind them, and the other Kevin Reimer Pro wheels. So yeah, just to go quickly through them all the Kevin Reimer Pro model wheels are the same shape, and they're all 72mm size, but they come in a variety of formulas and durometers. So the first one I'm going to mention is the purple ones, 75A, and they are the same formula as snakes. So they're quite slidey, but they're in this shape, so they're grippier than snakes, but they're currently the slidiest of the wheels. Then the green are a different formula. They're the SSF Pro, so they're a grippier formula, but the same durometer. They're also 75A. And then there's the red ones, which are the race formula, so the SSF Race, or whatever he calls them, and they're the grippiest, and they're an 80A. So the story with the yellow ones is that the intention was for them to be the same formula, just regular SSF as the snakes and the purples, but an 80A, which would make these a much slipperier wheel than the purples. I don't know what happened along the way, but these turned out being 77, so that's why they have the blue eye in the graphic. So they are still slipperier than the purple, but they're not as slippery as intended because they are meant to be 80A, which is harder. So that's a whole lot of nonsense to say these are the slipperiest K-Rime wheel. Yeah, so I just saw a couple of days ago as well that he has posted, and they do have some 80As that are supposed to be coming out soon, in yellow. So anyway, that's a whole lot of the backstory of these wheels. Alright, so what did I think of the wheels? How did they perform? Did I like them? Did I not like them? Let's talk about that. I don't really ride slippery wheels. Those who know me and watch my videos know I don't really like slippery wheels. I don't really ride snakes. So these being the same formula as snakes, but harder, so slidier, it was an interesting experience. They're obviously not as slippery because they are square lip, and being that square lip shape and a wider wheel, they had a fair bit of grip breaking them in, but they were like free rideable straight away. Like, I was poking out little stand-up slides within the first session. They broke in straight away, and they're pretty slidey. Having that square lip and the wider shape means that they have a good amount of edge grip, which makes for an interesting wheel. So they, you know, can hold their line and they can roll really fast, but once they break traction, they're really slidey. Today in the session we just had, I was actually trying to like nail the inside apex line where I go really fast, initiate the slide early, and then kind of keep it low angle and come right into the apex and hook up right on the apex. And I found myself like not fully washing out, but just over sliding quite a lot, which is, you know, it's just because they're so slippery and I don't ride slippery wheels, basically. It's not a problem everyone would have, but for me, like, I wouldn't personally trust these wheels on an open road where I need to stay in my lane. Like, that, I just wouldn't trust them for that because they keep washing out. I would have to ride these wheels a lot more to get the confidence to do that on, and that's, you know, not something I'm going to do. But as far as like riding on the neighborhood, like the follow run that I'll either have right now or posted it earlier in the video, really good for that. They're just like strange because they have that edge grip, but then they have the free ride slide. It's different to greens, because greens are like, you don't like slide if you don't need to, whereas these are like, once you slide you're gonna really slide. It's just kind of different. Durability, pretty similar to the other Power wheels, like in the Kevin Reimer Pro Model series. I can notice somewhere this is my most worn wheel, and you can tell it's like only combed a little bit from all the skating I've done on it, and it's just, yeah, they hold up really well. They have really good durability, same as the other Power wheels. You don't need to worry about that really. I guess the other thing would be roll speed. Same kind of shape, same kind of core, same thing, just harder. Like, they have a fast roll speed, just same as if you've ridden Pals. They're soft, they roll fast. These are just even slidier, basically. I guess, like, as far as recommending these wheels, if you already ride snakes and you like snakes, and you already ride purples and you like purples, and you understand that you would like a wheel that's slipperier than purples but a little grippier than snakes, that's what this is. It's right in the middle there. And I guess when the purple-eyed graphic comes out, they're going to be probably slipperier if they're a hard enduro. Like, that would make sense for them to be even slipperier again. Yeah, my next goal is to do a comparison video between these, the purples, the greens, and the reds, because I do have a set of each. It's hard for me to compare them to purples directly, but compared to greens, which I've been skating a lot recently, they're notably slipperier, notably slidier. So if you've ridden greens and you want something slidier, if you enjoy snakes but you want something a bit grippier, that's where these are at. I don't think these are going to be super good for open road, big road skating. Neighborhood stuff is going to be fun. Slow free ride, maybe you'll enjoy it for that, but then they don't have the smooth release that snakes have. They have quite a crisp, you know, because of that square lip and wider wheel. Less easy to throw around. So I guess I'd recommend these to people who like slidey wheels, and maybe you have a big wide open spot that you like to like corner session at, or you don't have to worry about traffic. If you're looking for control on a wheel, it's not really the wheel for that. And if you're looking for like something slip and slidey and fun and all over the place like a snake, these aren't really that either. They're kind of in the middle, which is a bit weird for me, but maybe that's what you're looking for, and that's what these wheels are going to kind of fill the gap of, I guess. Slipperier purples. Alright, so yeah, to finish off this video, I guess, I would just say, like, they're cool. I don't know. One of my next videos that I'm wanting to do is I do want to get out and make that comparison video, so look out for that soon. If this wasn't detailed enough for you, if you ride all the Power wheels and you want a bit of a better idea, I'm going to get out and do that pretty soon and ride all the different wheels. I also have these from PAL. We'll get nice and close with these. These are the experimental wheels. So these are a round lip shape, but supposedly quite a bit grippier and thane. PAL actually says that they dump thane, which we'll see about that, PAL. We'll see. But yeah, so some videos to look forward to after this one. But yeah, this was the 77A blue-eyed yellow Kevin Reimer Pro Model wheel. It's alright. It's not a bad wheel.